Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Is That Material Season 3, Episode 8. I already watched Episode 7. If you want to see my reaction video about that, I'm gonna put the links into the eye. If you want to see also all of my reactions about the Season 3, but also about the entire show, I'm gonna put the link, for the playlist that I made for Is That Materials. I'm making a playlist for each show that I'm reacting to. I'm saying that now, normally I'm saying it during the review. The fact that I know that with the end of this show, some of you were watching my reaction videos only for that, so if you want to stay with me for other shows, go check the playlist, that I made for each of them. Maybe you are already watching some of them, or maybe you want to discover some of them, maybe. See that? It's the last episode. I prepared another tissue, just in case. No, not just in case, in fact, because I know that I'm gonna use it. I know that I'm gonna cry during this episode, like that's it. I can already tell it to you, I'm gonna cry during this episode. I told you about it during the intro of the last episode, the fact that I was already feeling emotional before that session of binge watching because I knew that this is the end of this show. So it's making me emotional. Maybe I'm never gonna have a new show, a new movie, which is gonna be the translation of books that I read and loved when I was young. We already have Harry Potter, all of that. So Is That Materials, for me, it was the last one that I could have like that. I'm gonna see this story, this part of the story, which already made me cry when I was young, when I read it for the first time. I'm gonna see it on screen. So really a lot of reasons for me to be emotional. I told you the fact that what is gonna happen during this episode made me cry a lot. The end, especially the goodbyes, because really the first time that I read the books, I didn't expect the end. I didn't see it coming. I was, young and I was not paying attention to the details, to the things that people were saying to each other, like the important stuff. I was not picking clues, and really I hope maybe at some point that maybe we would have a little line at the end, and that's how that part of the story ended. But they were reunited at some point, but that's another story that you're gonna discover in other books. No, it never happened. So I was destroyed when I read it the first time. After that, even more, because I understood all of the symbolic stuff around that, when I grew up and when I read the books again, I understand all of what it meant. It made me sad again, and right there to imagine to see it on screen. See, I'm doing that with my body because I can't deal with the information. I know that it's gonna destroy me. But before that, we're gonna have the moment! And before that, the discussion! Come on! If you are fans of the books, I think that since we began this show, season 1, we were waiting for that moment. We were all like, we need to have a season 2 because we need to have a season 3 to have this moment! I really think that all of us, readers of the books, we felt like that. Like, really, the first season, we were like, they're adapting that well. It's great. It's really, really great. So it means that we can have an entire show to really adapt these books like that on screen. So it means that we can have the end like that. But first, we're gonna have the reunion with Mary. Spending time with the Mulefa. I think that you understood also with my reactions during this season the fact that I was waiting to see them since a long time. Like really, these moments I was looking at it with kids' eyes. So we're gonna have that. They're gonna talk about dust. They're gonna talk about other things. We're gonna have also discussions with Pan and Will's demon. Like, a lot of things can be so emotional for me during this episode, so really, yes, I know that I'm gonna cry. But I know also that most of it are gonna be good tears. You know, they're gonna be emotional tears because I'm gonna be proud of them, I'm gonna love them, I'm gonna love their love. And even the end, you know, the goodbye, I know that I'm gonna cry because I'm gonna be sad, but also because I love their love, and their love is so pure, so beautiful, and so symbolic. And see, I can cry just to talk about it right now. Come on. The last episode was great. I didn't remember all of what happened for the parents, to be totally honest. But I loved all of what happened because these two, I did not love them, for sure. But at least at the end, they loved each other. They fought for Lyra because they love her, and they admitted it to each other, to themselves. And they sacrificed themselves for that, knowing that they would fall into oblivion, that they would be stuck right there for eternity, they would never be free. And that was great, that was so great. And all of the thing about Marissa and her demon, the monkey, the fact that he had that moment, you know, that eye contact also with Lyra, all of that was great. Maybe she's gonna talk about it during this episode, about that closure, you know, for her relationship with her parents. It would be great, I think. We saw her crying during the last episode, but I think that maybe it's not enough for the closure of that part of the story, which was really big, really important, because she was considered an orphan during a long time. After that, she discovered about Marissa, she discovered about Azria. They never treated her well, they never loved her well. But at the end, growing up, she understood that, okay, they are bad and they are loving her badly, but at least they loved her truly, and right there, they were both proud of her and fighting for her. I want a little thing about it because I want Lyra to be at peace with that, you know, with them. Oh, and yes, that moment with Pan, like, it hurts me in advance. I don't know what hurts me most, you know, in advance. These moments with Pan or the goodbyes. And I don't know what I'm the most excited about in advance. For them to be reunited with Mary to discover the Mulefa, or the conversation with Mary. And for sure, the moment. I don't know what, you see? Some parts of this episode I'm gonna be like and some parts of this episode I'm gonna be like that. I know that in advance. It's almost, you know, absurd how much I can predict in advance my feelings and my emotions, because I think also that I imagined these moments into my mind so many times reading the books, that knowing that we have now a show about it, I was waiting for this moment since so long, and I was anticipating these moments, what they could look like and how I would feel because of that. Did you do the same? Like, really? Like I said at the end of the intro of the first episode, I mean the episode that I watched today, the episode 7, please tell me if you felt the same before beginning these two last episodes, and if you were acting the same, you know, with this show, anticipating stuff and all. I think that I'm gonna keep for the review, you know, a review of the show. Spoiler, I really loved it, and I thought that it was perfect, and it's so great to have a show which is translating well books, because you feel respected, you feel that what you felt reading the books is respected. It's so great as fans to feel respected like that, and to be impressed, and to just love things that much. Yep. So I'm gonna begin this final episode. That's it, it's the moment. I can cry in advance. Really, it's to see that part of the story on screen which is making me feel like that. So to say goodbye to that story, to say goodbye to this show, to know that I'm never gonna feel like that for a show again, like really an adaptation of books. I'm watching my books, you know, that I loved when I was young and that I kept. And I'm like, really, I can't imagine, except for Narnia, really, if they are making a show version of Narnia, something like that, and if they are making all of them, especially the last one, you know, but except for these ones, I have them all, you know, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, or maybe, yes, but this one, you know, no one knows about it. Aramont, that's a book. It's not even the name of the trilogy. I can't remember the name of the trilogy, but I think that the first one, it was The Secrets of Aramont or The Mysteries of Aramont, something like that. But really no one knows about this book, so I don't think that we're gonna have that. Okay, let's go for this episode. If you want to have my Patreon to have a longer reaction part for this episode, I don't know if I'm gonna put the full one or not. I don't know that, you know, before the editing. Check the description to know that. So no matter what, if you want a longer reaction part, it's on my Patreon. If you want to save me for the binge watching of this season 3 and maybe the binge watching of this entire show, it's on my Patreon. Let's go for it for this episode. Oh! I have a mark right there because I don't know which finger. Oh yes, it's when I'm doing that. I think that I put my finger too much like that, and I have marks because of that. Just to tell you how much I'm stressed, you know. Let's go. I need to drink. I'm really like... Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You know what is gonna happen, so really no surprises right there. You shouldn't be stressed like that. You know, I'm not stressed about the story because I know it. I'm stressed because of how I'm gonna react. You know, I'm gonna feel. I know myself. And I'm just, yes, emotional in advance because I know. And that's gonna be great, that's gonna be perfect, that's gonna be awesome. But that's gonna be also really emotional and really sad and also really perfect and beautiful. All of that at the same time. Come on, you're not gonna cry before. Last time, guys.
In the tower, my mother's demon. I saw him disappear right in front of me. I think she's dead.
You know it.
I should be relieved. There's so many things I don't understand about my parents.
Like what?
Like why they weren't honest with me.
You did such horrible things.
Why wasn't she interested in me for 13 years and then suddenly she was? Why did they abandon me?
I'm sorry,
And I
but
thought Azra was dead.
she's never gonna have that discussion with them.
No, I can't forgive him, but I don't hate him either. I have the strangest feeling he's gone. Which means I'm alone.
Back to be an orphan? We know how it's gonna end.
Back to alone. Oh my gosh, look at you. Hi. Oh my god, you've been through the worst. Nice to meet you. Is that what I think it is?
It's the answer to the question you asked me in Oxford.
That's
Do you remember? Whether dust was sin, it's the spark that means we're alive. It's consciousness.
So dust isn't sin.
nope.
Why do you have more dust around you than Lyra?
It's the same with the Malefa. Comes with age and experience. Everything was in balance and then something changed. The trees are dying.
To some sort of disease.
No, it's the dust disappearing.
Yeah, can never.
She knows that you need to have that discussion.
Well, I was at a conference in Lisbon, and we were celebrating, so...
We're gonna see it?
Daring.
It's not gonna be on your story?
You know, honestly, and then I met someone.
Are we gonna see him?
She wasn't like the other academics. She was just really easy to talk to.
In my mind, in my memories, it was an him, but I'm not against it. That
And it
changed.
just opened up this whole world of possibility, of feelings. And then she gave me this sweet, this little sugary almond thing. This memory came flooding back to me. Those butterflies in the pit of my stomach. That ache to be close to someone. But I didn't want to forget it this time. I knew I couldn't go back to the convent after that and bear the idea of living without ever feeling that alive.
That love for someone.
But I just knew I wanted to experience everything the world had to offer. I wanted to experience love.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were you scared?
Oh my God, I was terrified. It was worth it. It's rare when it happens. When you feel that way, you have to grab it. It's funny, isn't it? One little moment.
She's great, isn't she?
She's the best.
Yeah. I think she's right. About a lot of things.
Yeah? What things?
You know, dust and trees.
And?
Imagine how blessed I shall be when I succeed where others have failed.
By who?
Praise be to the authority.
He died!
Stop.
What are you?
An angel. I'm your servant.
You're blinded by your face.
Perform this act of devotion and you'll see.
Desire is not sin. Love takes a million forms, each of them beautiful, each of them worthy. You who judge, just afraid. I am Bartholomew, and I will not let you take an innocent child's life.
You're gonna be reunited. You're gonna be reunited. Oh, calm down.
Well,
Oh fuck. It looks perfect.
Is it Lyra and Will?
Yes.
And the prophecy has been fulfilled. The love of Eve shall heal the earth and all the world shall feel it.
As innocence turns to experience, all will be in harmony once more.
Yayaki. Shine.
They did this.
Do you understand, Mary?
you can go anywhere.
We can go to the world, you know.
Or we could just stay here.
Okay, let's finish the excited moment. Let's begin the pain.
Serafina Pecula.
Have you seen how the world is changing? It's all thanks to you and your humans.
One who has given the world such a gift deserves a name.
Yeah.
Kaya, are you still punishing them for their betrayal? But you love them still, don't you? And you are not severed.
No, but it was so painful.
They will need you for what is to come.
You left me. I've had to travel so far to find you again.
Please. Please, I'm sorry. I missed you. I love you.
Lyra.
I hoped you'd set a little play about it.
I'm Kiava.
Kiava.
Do I know you?
Her voice.
We spoke in your laboratory. I've been watching you and guiding you. Thanks to you, the multiverse is healing. I barely did anything. You showed to innocents what it was to dare by discovering their love. They have drawn dust back into our worlds. Is that really all it took? Something so small and ordinary.
It's not!
It's never small to those that discover it for the first time.
True.
Every window that exists must be closed.
Every window I've opened, I've closed.
There are countless more. Windows left open by all the bearers. Each time the knife makes a cut, the flow of dust increases. Some darkness is released, bringing destruction across all of the worlds. A spectre.
I've been making spectres.
But if Will can't use the knife, and if we can't leave the windows open, then how will we? We have to choose worlds. Will's or mine.
You can't live in someone else's world. Means we can't stay in the same world together.
No. You can't come here and just say that. After everything we've been through, it's not fair.